Hello everyone, this is Jeremiah Huttman with another tutorial, and this is another tutorial for our Minecraft month. Happens every October. And today I'm going to show you guys, this is actually we got a request for this, so I figured what a better way than to do it now, what a better time then to do it than now. So this here is the creeper. I'm going to show you guys how to build a creeper in Blender 2.63. So to start off, we'll just jump right in, I guess, because like I said, to start off. So I just switched to a user orthographic, or rather orthographic view by hitting 5, and I'm going to hit Shift A, get ourselves a cube, because in Minecraft everything's a cube. Now we're going to hit S for scale, and we're going to hit 0.5. So we get half size scale. This is the creeper's body. So we're going to scale. We're going to hit scale again. Then we're going to hit Y. This is the depth of him. We'll hit 0.5. Get it half depth, or half depth thingy, yeah. And we're going to scale Z 1.5. So SZ 1.5. I'm just typing these in, but it's a whole lot easier than guessing. So hit enter to accept it for all of these, and there is his body. Now we're going to move it up by going to first view, zoom in by using the mouse wheel. We'll hit G and then Z, then we'll G and Z, and actually I'm going to undo that, and we're going to hit G down here, then Z, and then hold Control, so it moves up per unit. Now we'll zoom in a little bit more, and we'll G and Z it, and then hold Control, moves down per unit. I believe we're on the line. Alright, so I'm just making it so that it's sitting right there. So that it's a whole lot easier to put everything else on. Alright, now we're going to tab into Animate by hitting tab, obviously. And we are going to hit Shift S. We're going to go cursor to selected. So that puts our 3D cursor there. This guy here puts it right in the middle. Shift S, cursor to selected. Puts it right in the middle of our selected guy. Now we're going to hit Shift A again, add another cube. As soon as I find it, there it is. Alrighty. Now we're going to hit S, 0.5. And this here is the head, I believe. And we'll hit G and then Z. Move it up. Let's see here. Till it hits the top there. And of course we're going to go into first view. Undo that so that we can watch it. GZ, Control. Try this again. GZ, Control. Alright. Let's go ahead and zoom in a bit more. GZ, Control it. And boom. We have contact. Whoops. There we go. There is our head. Okay, so I think I should explain this real quick. While in edit mode, if you add an object in edit mode, that once you tab out of edit mode, it automatically saves as one object. However, if I'd add this in object mode, it would have been two completely different objects. So, I thought I'd make that clear. Alright, so now we're going to add another cube. Oops, yeah, okay. Shift A, add another cube. Because obviously, Minecraft is Cube World. Hit S, and then go 0.25. So we're scaling it to a quarter of its size. Now we are going to move this. We're going to move it corner to corner on every axis. So we're going to go ahead and move it. I'll go in the first front view by hitting 1. GZ, Control. GX, Control. Like that. And I don't like how that one turned out. Zoom in a bit more. GX, Control. Beautiful. Now we want to bring it forwards, obviously. GY, Control. And I believe that's good. So what we've got here is one leg. Alright, now we are going to make sure it all looks good. I'd say it looks good. What about you guys? Yeah, of course. Alright, So now we've got to move this foot. I'm going to move it down on the z-axis, GZ, negative 0.25, just so that we can edit these. And we're going to duplicate on the x-axis. Alright. So first, this is just making it so that we can, so we don't have to mess around with these vertices here. So I'm just going to switch to face select mode to make this a little bit easier. And then turn this button here so we can select faces through other faces, if that makes any sense. Alright, now we're going to hit, go into front view by hitting 1. We're going to hit Shift D, hit X, hold the control down, and slide it across till we have like that. Awesome, awesome. Now we're going to go ahead and go into front view, hit B for box select, select everything, make sure everything's selected. Go into side view by hitting 3. We're going to go ahead and hit Shift D along the y-axis, hold control down till we have what looks like it'll make a corner to corner here. Zoom in here. There we go. Those feet are now, Creeper's feet are now in. So we are going to save our work, but first we need to do something here. So, because obviously Creeper's feet don't float and they're not that short and stubby. So we're going to go ahead and just right click one of these faces here, hold shift and right click all the other top faces here. Now we are going to hit scale, S, or rather G, along the Z, 0.25. And there we have a creeper. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to move into the texture part. This is the modeling. I'm going to hit A and then tab. There we go. Here's our creeper. You guys are probably thinking, what a lousy looking creeper, huh? Yes, for now. Right now it is. But now we're going to get into the texturing part, the really fun part. So what we are going to do is first we're going to hit Control S to save it. We're going to go ahead and call it our creeper. Find our Blender. Excuse me. We're going to find our Blender thing here first. Just open up our Blender file here, and we'll save it as creeper. And tutorial. Save Blender file. There. Now we have our creeper. Okay. Now let's get to the texturing. So first, I'm gonna add a couple lamps so that we can see what we're doing here. Zoom out. Just right click this one, Shift D. Just move it around, Shift Z, so we don't go up and down. Just add a couple lamps so we see what we're doing here. Okay, that one failed as usual. Shift D. Just drag this one over here. Just moving these around so we'll be able to see the texture when we're editing, because that was a big problem when I was doing this the very first time, because I could not see the textures and I could not figure out why. Then genius pops into my head and says, well, maybe I'm doing it wrong. Yes, even the pros do things wrong. Not that I'm a pro, but hey. Alright, now that we have our lamps all in position, we are going to tab back in. Actually, we're gonna select our creeper, and then we're gonna hit tab. We're gonna select the face. Obviously, that's his face, unless you want him to be facing backwards. But I don't, so I'm gonna select his face or the front. Alright, we're gonna go into front view by hitting 1. Am I talking too fast? Yes, I am. Oh well. And we're going to get a new window. So all we're gonna do is grab this little 3 lines here with this little plus cross thingy. We're going to drag it open like this. We're going to close this one. And we're going to move this one. Shift. Hold on. I messed that up. Okay. Shift S, cursor to selection. There we go. Okay. That's still messed up, but whatever. We'll select the face. Okay. So, what we're doing here is we're adding a texture. So, what this new window over here is this is where our texture is going to be laid out in, and this is where you're actually going to get to see the texture take place and everything like this. All right, so excuse me, allergies. I'm sorry. we're going to go ahead and in this new window, we're going to turn it into the UV editor, image editor. As soon as it loads, there we go. Now we are going to open up an image, and the link to this image will be in the description below. Let's go ahead and open an image, and we are going to find our image that I have here. Here it is, Creeper Unwrapped. And we are going to open the image. And here is our creeper. This is the entire creeper body right here. Okay, so now that we have it selected here, we're going to hit U over here in this window. We're going to project from, whoops, we got to get in front view first, just so that this goes well. Zoom in, hit U, project from view. There we go. Alright, so what we are going to do here is we're going to move, see, when I pressed that, this little box came here. That, right there. You probably saw that. So we are going to drag it down to this creeper face. And we're going to size it onto the face. So we're going to zoom in with our scroll wheel, little mouse wheel holding it down. We'll go ahead and grab this, hit G, and grab this. Yeah, we'll just grab this, hit G, bring it mostly to the corner, holding Shift so that we don't, well, holding Control so we don't, hold on. Yeah. Just being careful not to mess this up too badly. Okay, so this is the Y plane. Nope, the X plane. Alright, so we're going to press X. There you go. Hit this, G, X. We're just going to scale it to the creeper face here, basically. Okay, grab these guys. G, Y. Drag that up there. I don't like this one's uneven, so let's select this. G. There we go. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we are going to. Okay, we've got to put all of these exactly on this corner here. So I'm just going to drag this one. Put this one right there. Zoom in a little bit more. Just that we see exactly what we're doing. And hold Control so that you can manipulate. No, don't hold Control. Hold Shift so you can manipulate exactly where it lands. Go ahead and go down to the bottom one here. Put it there. Zoom in a little bit more. But just a little. G. Hold Shift. We'll place it. Zoom out. Grab this corner. Select it. G. And basically I'm going to be doing this for all of the body parts. So let me finish this head first so that you guys can see what's going on here. And then I will cut to where I'm done texturing. And well, maybe I won't. We'll see. We'll just see what happens. Beautiful. There we go. Alright. Now that you see this is framed on this creeper's head quite beautifully, we are going to go over here into this window and hit this button here. We're going to view textured, so that this is so that we can see what the face looks like. Now obviously there is a problem with this creeper. He seems to be he woke up on the wrong side of the bed. So what we got to do is we got to find out a way to rotate this so that his face is this way. So we're going to hit A to select all on this side, and we're just going to rotate. And obviously we're going the wrong way, so we're just going to hit 90, enter, and now our creeper face is intact and perfect. Now we're going to do that for the entire head, and just by going like this, we're going to here, hit 3, and select that side of the face, rather this side of the face. Make sure we have 3. All right. We're going to go into here, grab our creeper image. Whoops. Fail. Creeper unwrapped. Go to this side because, hold on, let me get this straight. Alright, so this is the front. This is the next side that we're doing here. Alright, so we've got to view, project from view, and now we've got a G, move it, and all of this. So I will see you guys in a bit. Alright, here we're back, and here's our completed creeper with all of the textures. If I tab into edit mode, you will see all of them. Right, well, you will see the face right there, the side of the head, the top of the head, the back of the head, that's the side of the head, the back of the head, the back of the body right here, and all of this. And of course you got the feet here, feet, bottom, there we go. Everything is as it should be. Feet, no, legs, there we go. Yep, everything is looking snazzy here. So we're going to save it now, just so that we don't accidentally mess something up. And so Control S, click that. Now we are going to hit Shift S again. Cursor is selected, just in case you made a mistake. Puts him right in the middle, that 3D cursor. Tab into edit mode here, and we are going to loop cut the middle. Oops, just lost my notes. Hold on. All right, we're going to loop cut the middle of his body by hitting Control R and selecting right there and clicking twice. There. Now he's got. That's what's called a loop cut. It cuts something in half, basically. Now we're going to tab back out. Notes again. Tab back into object mode. And now I believe we are going to be doing rigging. This is where we add bones and such to the little creeper here. So we are going to, now that we're in object mode, we are going to add one bone by hitting Shift A and armature, single bone. All right. So you can't see it right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to this tab here. I'm going to make it so we can see the bone. So we are going to make it, click this X right here. This is just so you can see all the bones. It's obviously still in the middle of the creeper. Alright, so we are going to tab it, whoops, tab into edit mode. I'm sorry, these notes are really starting to bug me here. Alright, tab into edit mode. First we're going to shut this off by right clicking, join, this way. Alright, gives us more space to work with. Alright, so now that we have our bone, we're in edit mode with our bone by hitting tab. Now we are going to, okay, we are going to scale. So in front mode, number 1, hit S, and we're going to hit A, so we select the whole bone. Scale, we're going to hit Control. Well, messed that up again. Alright, we're going to hit Scale, hold Control, and go down. There we go. And just scale it down 1. Okay. Now we're going to extrude this end basically up to the head. Deselect, please. Going to grab this tip right there. We're going to extrude it to the bottom of his head here. So we're going to go into front. G, Z, just so that it's at the base of his head here. I'm better safe than sorry, so I want to be quite exact. That's close enough. Alright. Yeah, so much for being quite exact. Anyway, we have that. Now we're going to hit E to extrude it. And hit Z so it goes straight. And whoops. Z again so it goes straight. And now we're going to hit Shift, scroll up, G through Z again, up to the very top of his head. And I'm not going to be so exact on this one. Ditch it. Alright, so, now, the reason that we put a loop cut in there is so that we can bend this guy in half if we need to. Since we're rigging it, we want him to be able to like bend over and such. So, why we added that is so that we can, a little bit more flexibility, basically. what I'm trying to say. So now that we have that, we're going to duplicate. Let's see here. We're going to select this one, and we're going to go into first front view. We're going to hit Shift D, duplicate it to the bottom leg here. And we're going to hit R. Hit 180. That's right. Rotate it completely. All right. And now we'll scale it so that it fits. This guy's actually looks like it's the right size anyway. We'll go ahead and put it in here. Don't like those lamps, but yeah, that looks right. All right. So now we are going to put it on his leg here. Actually, we are going to put it right here. Right there. Alright. And actually, my mistake. Yeah, well, that's fine. Okay. So, we're going to do this. Shift D along the X. About to the middle. Alright. Now we are going to, well, since I already did that. Okay. So, now what we are going to do is parent the legs here, or the tab out of edit mode, or rather, tab in. We're going to parent these to this guy. So we selected these two, and then make sure to select this one last, and then Control P. And we'll keep offset. Let's test this out real quick. Yep, okay. Tab back into edit mode. Alright. So what I did is I selected this one, then this one, and then this one last. Control P, keep offset. Alright, I'm sorry. Now what we are going to do is delete this head bone because I don't like it. Delete, please. Alrighty. Rotti Brillante. Now we're going to duplicate this guy here. So Shift D, and the Z, right here. I think we'll keep it like this. Alright, so now that we have that, we're going to scale it so that it's proper. Because we don't want it to be never mind. Okay, so now that we've scaled that correctly, excuse me, we're gonna hit Control P and connect it, obviously. So that what this does is it just connects this top piece to this bottom piece here. Okay, so now that we got this, we are going to reposition our leg bones. No, our leg bones are perfectly alright. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to subdivide this entire body. We're going to tab out of, actually, we're going to go to object mode, select our creeper, tab into edit mode, we're going to hit A, and A again, so we select everything, hit W, subdivide, now we're going to open up, apologies, full screen here. Alright, we are going to open up this here, going to subdivide right down here, number of cuts, 3. As soon as it 3. This will give us a smoother animation, so it's not quite so chunky. Now, what we are going to do is weight painting. I just noticed something. I'm going to select these bones here, tab in, and this one. Make sure I don't ever do that again. Alright, I'm going to Shift D along the Y. Side view. That was almost a beautiful placement. Right there. Alright, so now our legs can be rigged. This looks fairly simple, I know. But okay, you know what? I'm not going quite into detail. Quite as much into detail. You can add as many bones as y'all need. We're going to grab our creeper first, and then grab our, and then Control P with automatic weights. Alright, so what this does now is we can go into pose mode, and now, select this guy and rotate. Now, you can see some nasty stuff right here. Some stuff that probably shouldn't be happening. So I'm going to undo that. So, now we're going to go into weight painting. And weight painting basically is where we're going to fix all this. So, we're going to select our creeper here. Go into weight paint. I'm sorry for that mess up. So we got to select these bones here. Now you can see it's really colorful here, and we really don't want that. So, leave the legs totally red. Here. Alright, so we also need to get a view here, if I possibly can. Can't. Alright, so we are just going to, since we are in subtract, we're going to erase basically everything here, except that very corner there. Because really all we want here is the creeper to just spin its legs right here on the corner here. Just on the corner. So we're going to do this, and you're going to do this for all of the legs. You're going to go, make sure nothing, after selecting the bones, make sure nothing is colored on any of the creeper, except the leg, and the very corner right here. Quite basically enough. And make sure you clean up everywhere. There's been some known to be under here. Way under here. Hidden. So I'm going to go ahead and tab out of this, go into object mode, I guess, and then select our armatures here, go into pose mode real quick, make sure it looks good. Okay, this one we just did, rotate. You got a little bit of action up here, so you're going to go ahead and go back into weight paint. So go back into weight paint and fix that up, and do that for all of the legs, and I will be right back when I'm done with that, because it's such a tedious process. Be right back, guys. Alright guys, I'm back, and again, I'm sorry for the skip ahead, but it's just such a long process. I didn't think you guys would want to watch me or listen to me that entire time. So, we will continue with animating now, since we have everything set up here. We've got all the bones in place. I'm in pose mode right now. So, I've also added another bone right here. I just hit E and extrude it down to the bottom here. Alright, so I'm going to switch to our animation layout. So, how you do that is just click up here, and it's got all of these here. So I'm just going to hit animation here. And that gives you the basic animator's layout. So, this is our dope sheet here. We're already in pose mode, so we'll select all by hitting A twice. So we select everything, and we're going to save it before we continue because I don't want to lose anything. Hitting Control S, by the way. Now, when you move these bones, I need to tell you this. If you're going to rotate these on the, let's see here, the x-axis, it's not going to automatically put a keyframe in. If you do this, you have to put the keyframes in yourself. Control Z again. Creeper's flying. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to do this. So first, we are going to make sure we got 30 frames per second. I might do a little bit more later when I'm rendering, but this is just for speed right now. So we're going to rotate the legs. We're going to select one. We're going to hit X, or R along the X, and we're going to go, let's see here, we got ticks here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 2. Well, first we'll start off with a standstill. Alright, so we'll hit I, lock rod. This is for location and rotation. Now we're not actually going to be moving him forwards, but we are just going to make him look like he's walking in mid-space. So we'll hit that. So we have a keyframe. We get a keyframe. We will move up 10 frames. Well, we got 30 frames a second. So we got 30 frames per second. That means each 30 frames, 1 second passes. So at, let's see, at about 90, that's 3 seconds. 120 is, let's see, hold on. No, 180 is 6 seconds. And so on and so forth. So, it's not there. We're going to go ahead and go to 30. I'm sorry. We're going to hit R, X, hit 1, 2, 3 ticks there. And I'm not actually going to go through the entire animation process. I'm just going to give you guys a basic knowledge of how to do this. So you're going to hit I, location, rotation. And you get another keyframe marker here. And you'll just do that all the way through till you hit about whatever, how many seconds you want to do. And when you're rendering it out, I also ran into this mistake. What you got to do is we'll go back into our default settings here real quick because I can't live with the dope sheet and all this. I don't like it when people call me names. All right, so we are going to. What we got to do here, since once you have everything animated and you're about to render it out, you're going to go to rendering settings right here. Excuse me, actually not rendering settings here. You're going to go to material settings. That's a texture. I'm going to select this guy. Material settings. This is materials right there. All right. We're going to add a material. It's added. All right. And we are going to check this one right. Let's see here. Face textures right here. Make sure this one's checked. Because if it's not, when you render it out, you won't see this. So I'll show you real quick. Hit F12 for that. Hit F12 again. You see there's no textures. So make sure this box here is checked. Hit F12 again. See what you got. And then render your little walking creeper animation out. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to save your work every 1 to 5 minutes because I do not want you guys to lose any of this. Please, if you guys make a video out of this, leave it as a video response or a link to it, please, because we enjoy seeing your work, mess around with all of this, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great day.